Well, related to that is the issue of food security in 2024. Nigeria is expected to see about 26.5 million people grappling with high levels of food insecurity. Several factors are driving this trend, including ongoing conflicts, climate change impacts, escalating inflation. We know that food inflation is presently at about 32.8%. Essential non-food commodities in part also contributing to that. There's also the factor of devaluation of the naira contributing to that. Fuel subsidy, we have not gone past that yet. Well, let's talk to someone who is directly involved. I know we've discussed the issue of food security, like on ending, but the truth is we haven't seen an answer yet. So we have joining us the Managing Director of OTAP Synergy Farms and Agro-Allied Limited, Mr. Salah Habib.
Good afternoon.
Excuse me.
Sorry. Good afternoon.
So talking about the issue of food security, Mr. Habib, we do know that the federal government or the president in July declared a state of emergency on food insecurity.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem that we've seen a whole lot happening along that line.
Obviously, I think everybody is aware that we are having food challenges in Nigeria. And that has been in existence for quite a long period of time. It's been there for decades. So the challenge has always been that we've not been able to meet up with the local demands for our food. And when we're talking about food security, we should be looking at three key issues. We should be looking at accessibility to food, affordability, and availability. Unfortunately, the agricultural sector in Nigeria has not been able to meet up with these three key drivers. Food is not affordable for any family in Nigeria as we speak. The inflation rates, in fact, most families spend more than half of their salary or income on getting food on their table. It's unfortunate that we have an economy whereby we are living below $2 per day, and you end up spending more on getting food to your table. So, of course, accessibility to food as well. Many Nigerians are not having that access to the required food that they want to have on their table. It's unfortunate that food is also not available due to so many challenges that we are facing that has hindered us. In fact, as a matter of fact, Nigeria has been declared as a nation that is food insecure because we cannot meet up with all these three key drivers.
We don't have the potentials. We have the farmland, we have the human resources, we have the weather, we have the seed, at least to an extent. And we've had a lot of pronouncements, especially the latest one, which is, the food insecurity, state of emergency on food insecurity by the president. But, I don't know, but I haven't seen steps, towards achieving that.
The last time I know that we have a Minister of Agriculture, I think is probably during the reign of Audu Ogbe. In recent time, we've not been able to have a minister who can articulate policy, who can deliver. And unfortunately, we have a backdrop in agricultural infrastructure. Nigeria is solely depending on rain-fed farming. Who does that in 21st century? No. We need to invest in irrigation. We need to invest in mechanization. We also need to take away the fact, we also need to find solution to the insecurity and continue conflict in most of our food baskets states that actually produce the food. Kidnapping is going on in the northeast, where we have, which is the major grain belt in Nigeria. The challenge of insecurity is there. A lot of people
was it not just yesterday, Benue State, that is the food basket of the nation?
Yes. So a lot of challenges like that, and coupled with the fact that the cost of farming is on the high. I have farmers by my side who have been doing 50 hectares of land 2-3 years back. Today, they can hardly struggle to do 10 acres.
Why?
Because there is high increase in the cost of pesticide, herbicide, fertilizer, and the sector is grossly unsubsidized. Everywhere, any nation that wants to produce whatever it consumes must subsidize agriculture. It has happened. It's happening in just recently in Germany. 3 days ago, few days ago, you could see farmers coming out in thousands, coming on the street, on the major highway, bringing in their tractors from the hinterlands so that they want to protest and tell the government. The German chancellor wants to remove subsidy on a particular agricultural value chain, and the farmers say no. Just a few days ago, the German chancellor said no, we are not going to remove this subsidy. The agricultural sector is even rigged with corruption. As a farmer, for you to lay your hands on fertilizer, subsidized fertilizer, you have to pay through somebody to get it. For you to get pesticide seedlings, you have to pay through somebody. So the whole system is rigged, and we are not getting enough support from the government.
When you say you're not getting enough support, are you getting any form of support?
I don't think so.
Or perhaps it's for the big farmers.
I don't
and you
think
are not among the big farmers.
No, I don't. I'm a partisan farmer. I have my farm located in the village in Ede. That's where I stay. I wake up to go to the farm.
How big is your farm?
Yeah.
How much interaction do you have with the government, even if it's with the local government, so we know if you are even in communication, then we can talk about support getting to you, because sometimes the chain of the support from the government is so long that it doesn't get to those who are.
For instance, I just wrote an open letter to the state government of Osun State today. I wrote an open letter telling the governor the importance of agriculture in Osun State, how you can use agriculture to curb unemployment, how you can also use agriculture to improve the economy, how you can also use the agriculture to also do a lot of things. I wrote an open letter to the governor, but it seems that most of the governors in Nigeria presently are not even interested in agriculture. And I felt so bad, because in the next few years, I don't know.
So you such letters, do you expect response?
Yes.
Do you
at least reach out. At least reach out to somebody who says, I can give you
What about the commissioner for Agric in Osun State?
Well, in Osun State, I don't even...
Because the governor might be too busy with a lot of things. I don't even think the commissioner for Agric is on ground. I've tried to see him a couple of times. I don't even think he's on ground. Well, I'm very much known in the agricultural sector in Osun State, but I've not met him. I've tried like a couple of times to meet the man. But I've not met him. They are not just... It happens in every state. Let us even look at it from the micro level, from the local government. The local government, what are they doing to support the food ecosystem? On the norms, we're supposed to have national cooperative and rural development banks, where small-scale farmers with 1 acre, 2 acre, half acres can easily reach out to and get their inputs from them. It's just like a credit facilities for farmer. We don't have it. The Bank of Agric presently in Nigeria is still operating in the old system. In fact, they are still using hand ledger. If you go there today, you can't get anything. The Bank of Agric is practically non-in-existence. That is supposed to be the farmer's bank. And it's not easy. When you take loan from commercial banks, 31%, 35%, how do you pay that? It's crazy. It's just absolutely, it's something we really need to. We need sincerity of purpose. A minister, a governor, a commissioner, a local government chairman, it has to start from the bottom up. That's just the truth. Okay, so I was excited when the president announced that, state of emergency. But what do you think would have made it impactful or effective, other than the pronouncement? And I think he did say that issues around food security will be part of the Security Council conversations. I don't know how far that has gone or what has come out of that, if that's been holding, But what do you think should have backed up that pronouncement? Because unfortunately, Nigeria has come to be known as a country of policies and pronouncements without the necessary needed action, to back them up. And so that's why we don't see results. What do you think should have been those steps to follow up with that pronouncement to make it real to people?
Let me also quickly remind you that during the campaign of this president, he said something about agriculture, that there's going to be a marketing board. Up till this moment, there's nothing like a marketing board in existence. He said it during the campaign. Of course, he declared a state of emergency. Declaration. What follows? Nothing. Now, what do we expect? We expect massive infrastructural plan for farmers. The same way, even though the anchor borrower scheme was also rigged with corruption, but policies like that would definitely help farmers. Design policies where most farmers don't even need fund. What they need is inputs. What they need is that moral support. Oh, I need to do 10 acres. I can easily reach out to a place where I can get tractor. Okay, after finishing, we sign an MOU. After the planting season and the harvesting season, I can easily pay back. Those are policies that you can put in place. But you declare the state of emergency. The only thing that the minister has been doing so far that I know is the irrigation planting of wheat, the dry season wheat planting. That is only happening in the north. I think in Kebbi or somewhere in the north. That's only where activity is going on under the Ministry of Agriculture in Nigeria. Other states, other regions have been totally neglected. The only place you can see where there is little investment in irrigation is in the north. So the declaration is nothing but a political statement, as far as I know. More needs to be done. We need to declare and put action in places.
So the issue of mechanized farming is very essential, and unfortunately a lot of farmers are still dealing with the poor and just doing subsistent farming. I know that then, like in a state like Benue, you could go to the Ministry of Agric and rent tractors and all of that. Now, if we were to remove the government from the equation, is it possible to have private sector individuals? Maybe that's your business. You can come and hire, tractors and all of that. Is it possible? Is it happening?
Yes, it is. I have few friends that have tractors and they are leasing it out to farmers, but it's still very expensive. To hire a tractor for 1 acre today, you must have between 14 to 16,000 naira for just 1 acre. Because what? Because of the high cost of diesel. A diesel is about 1,050 naira today. So if you are going to do 1 acre, you are going to be using about more than 10 liters of diesel to plow 1 acre. So look at the mathematics. But what we are saying is this: if we have more tractors, definitely the price of hiring a tractor to plow will go down. We have few tractor hiring units that are privately owned, but when you also look at it, you also know that they can't stand the test of time, because the high cost of replacement spare parts is also there. They are struggling to repair, they are struggling to replace damaged spare parts. So that is the daily struggle of everybody that is investing in the agricultural sector. And that is the reason why we need the government to do more.
Obviously, we need the government to do more, especially since the president has said that he's very interested in food security. And then from the FAO, we see more than 26 million people at risk of being hungry this year. I don't think we want that to happen. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of OTAB Synergy Farms and Agri-Allied Limited.
Thank you very much,
Mr. Salam Habib.
Thank you very much.
All right.